Good morning. I'm Janie Parrish with the Wadsworth Area Chamber of Commerce, and today we are zooming in with the Wadsworth famous Johanna Perrino, who works for WCTV, and her title is the Operations and Community Relations Coordinator. And Johanna has been with WCTV for quite a few years. So good morning, Johanna, on this very snowy morning.
Good morning, Janie. Yes, we are both snowed in and working from home, but at least we're able to be warm and cozy while we're doing these shows.
Hey, Johanna, how long have you been with WCTV?
I started June 1st of 1992. So in June, I will have 30 years.
Oh my gosh. And how is that even possible with you being 32? I don't understand it.
I was a young, smart television production kid, and I started when I was 12.
And I'm sticking to that story. Yeah. Okay. Well,
I know you'll never tell my secret.
Never, never. Hey, tell us about WCTV. What is WCTV?
So WCTV is a PEG access center. It's owned and operated by the city of Wadsworth. So we are a city department, just like the electric department, the water department, the sanitation department. And what PEG stands for is Public, Educational, and Government. So we have a channel for the public to use, which means anybody that lives in Wadsworth can produce their own television show for free. So we provide all the training, all the resources like cameras to sign out, use of our studio, microphones, lights, things like that. The E in PEG stands for educational. So the schools, the Wadsworth City Schools has their own channel that they provide programming for. And that's also where you'll see all the high school sports, which WCTV produces. So that channel is all school related things. And then the G stands for government. So any public meetings, which we produce all the city hall meetings, even county meetings, anything to do with local or county or even national government will go on that channel. And then if you're a CityLink customer, you also get channel 18, which runs public service announcements. And this year we're actually starting to put programming on that channel. So if you're a CityLink customer, you watch WCTV on channels 15, 16, 17, and 18. And if you're a Spectrum customer, you watch it on 1023, 1024, and 1025. But we are also international. So anyone in the world with internet access can watch all of our programming via watchwctv.com.
Wow. So I think you probably hit some of these, but what is extremely unique about WCTV?
Well, we are a small community and we do more programming than cities like Columbus, Cincinnati. We have such a good community response to doing programming. So all of our programs, most of them, are produced by community volunteer producers. So what happens is they come up with an idea, they come to us with the idea, and we teach them and provide the resources and training that they need to produce their own television show. Now, we all know everybody has a camera now on their phones. So some people will just produce things remotely or on their own and submit them to us, local productions, submit them to us to air. So we also have about a dozen of the churches, local churches, that provide their services every week, which is so valuable to our community, especially with COVID when churches were shut down and people couldn't attend their local services. So we just do a really high volume of programming. And that's unlike any access centers in the country, the amount of program we'll do about 1,800 shows in 2021. I just ran the numbers. So wow. I would say that's what makes us unique. If you haven't had a chance to see this Joy of Medina County magazine, the January edition, if you really want to get the true story of WCTV, Amy Barnes did a fantastic job of capturing what is really unique about us. So I invite you to go to thejoyofmedinacounty.com and read that edition, because it really tells more than I can tell in our few minutes here on this show. But sure. But we just have a good response from the community. We're open to all kinds of ideas for programming. We just love what we do.
So Johanna, with your 30 years, you give us some examples why you love what you do.
I love it because it's different every day. I honestly, in 30 years, I have never woken up and said, I don't want to go to work, because every day is different. So I always know who's coming in, but every show is different. So I'm not getting up and doing the same thing every day. I wish I had written a sentence or two about every character that has come through our doors and done programs over the past 30 years, because we have had so many great things. Of course, everyone knows of the polka show that's been going on for, 28 years. Will be this year, 28 years, Polka Time Again. And that airs not only all over Ohio, but for some reason, we have this huge following in North Dakota. So we're on 5 or 6 cable systems in North Dakota. And like I said, all of our programming can be seen anywhere online. So that's really something unique about us too.
Now, I know that you started a foundation for WCTV, so tell us about that.
I'm sorry, you froze a little bit, so I didn't catch that first sentence.
Yes, about the, I think the snow has something to do with the freezing, because
right.
We're freezing.
Yes, yeah. You can see all the snow.
So tell us, I know that you started a WCTV Foundation. So tell us what that is about.
So we are really happy to announce that we just were approved to be a 501c3. Now, this is not WCTV. We are a department of the city. So one of the things that I've been wanting to do for many years is to form a nonprofit organization that would provide supplemental support to WCTV, kind of in the same way that the Wadsworth Older Adults Foundation supports the Suprema Senior Center, which is also a city department. So we were just approved as a 501c3 and called the WCTV Foundation. So we have board members who are Roger Wright, John Madding, Roger Polk, Jenny Young, Catherine Miracle, and Brandon Davis. And we are just starting to get our plans together for this year, put together our wish list and some fundraising activities. So we now have a way for people to donate to this foundation. I get asked all the time because people love our programming. They love the service we provide, especially through COVID, when grandparents and family members couldn't attend sporting events or couldn't attend public meetings or things like concerts and plays. We provide we broadcast all of those. So we record them and broadcast them so people can enjoy them from home. So I'm always asked, how can we donate? How can we help support you? And until now, we didn't really have a means for that. And now we do. So it's called the WCTV Foundation. We'll be launching our social media and things this month in February. So people can just click and donate if they like a show or want to support us. So we're super excited about that. WCTV is not going anywhere. This is just something supplemental to ensure that our programs, if we want to do something different or something that maybe isn't in our budget with the city, then that would be something that the foundation would step in.
That is awesome, because I know you've talked for years about doing cooking shows. Yeah, but you have to have a kitchen. Yeah.
We have to have a kitchen, and that's on our wish list this year. So we're hoping to build some sort of kitchen set so that we and community members can come in and do cooking shows. So, and I'm sure I'll ask for volunteers for taste testing.
So Joanne, if you could please go over, how can people find you?
Sure. We are located at the Wadsworth Community Center. So our address is 619 School Drive, and we are right around the corner from the YMCA, and we're right in between next to the entrance to the Suprema Senior Center. So on the west side of the building, the Wadsworth Community Center. Our website is wctv.wadsworthcity.com. And you can also watch all of our programming on watchwctv.com. And you can download programs. So, parents, grandparents, kids that, watch their high school sports and want to save them, there's an easy download button. So we provide that as well, and at no charge. So all of our services are free.
That is absolutely amazing, because not many cities of Wadsworth size or even larger have a television program like this, a television station. So this is really impressive. Yeah.
Pretty much anything you see that's Wadsworth Wadsworth Schools, Wadsworth City, Wadsworth oriented, comes from WCTV or one of our volunteer producers. So we appreciate all of them. So
Wadsworth Chamber of Commerce.
Wadsworth Chamber of Commerce, Main Street, Wadsworth. Yes, anything Wadsworth.
There you go. Well, Johanna, thank you for all you've done for 30 years. That is absolutely amazing. And I know it's amazing how I'll be somewhere and somebody will say, hey, I watched you on WCTV. And it's like, hey, I like that. So thank you for all that you, and how many employees are there at WCTV?
I have one full-time employee, which is John Bernard. He does all of our programming and scheduling and coordinates all our sports productions. And then I have two part-timers, Drew Bixler, who, you know, I'm sure nobody knows who that is. No, Drew's all around town, and Jared Evangelist. And they do a lot of our sports programming and cover community events.
Oh, well, thank you, Johanna, for talking to us today, because it's so good to know what goes on in our community. And you're just a great avenue for that. So thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
Stay warm.